is Paul Basolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com. Today we're going to look at Test 5, Section 4, number 29, which reads, the equation above defines a circle in the xy plane. What are the coordinates of the center of the circle? And so you highlight the important information, which in this case is the equation and the question. Something you should be familiar with before you start this is standard form for a circle. So what is standard form for a circle? It's x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. And here x comma y is a point on the circle. What do I mean by that? So here's a circle. It's literally a point right on the line of the circle. H comma k, what's that? That's the center of the circle. Boop. And now r squared is isolated, but r is the radius. So a couple of things you should note. Notice it says x minus h, but then positive h is the center, so you're going to have to take the opposite of the x. Same thing, it's y minus k, but then positive k is the y part of the center, so you're going to have to take the opposite of the y once you find that. So put that in your back pocket. I'm going to show you a shortcut to this question as well, but it's important that you understand where all this stuff is coming from, maybe. So if we take our equation here, we've got, actually before we take our equation, let's set up one more model, ax squared plus bx plus c. So that's standard form for a quadratic. And what you see is that a is attached to the x squared, b is attached to just a single variable, no exponent, and then you have your c. This is important to know because what you actually have to do with our original equation here is you have to complete the square in order to get it into the form where you can see the radius and the center. So here we have your equation, x squared plus 20x, and then I'm going to pause. Why am I pausing? Because what I need to get it into the form to see the center and the radius is b over 2 quantity squared. So what's my b here? It's 20. 20 over 2, 10 squared, 100. So plus 100, and I'm going to underline that because I added it to the left side of the equation. I have to add it to the right side of the equation. That's going to help me to remember to do that. And then I add y squared plus 16y, and I have to remember to do the same thing with my 16 because that's my b for my y part of the equation. 16 over 2 is 8, squared is 64, plus 64. I underline that. What's it equal on the other side of the equation is negative 20. Now since I added the 100 to the left, I got to add it to the right. Since I added the 64 to the left, I got to add it to the right. What I get on the right is 144. So if this equation were asking for the radius, I'd be done. R squared, remember, radius squared is isolated in the original equation, so r squared equals 144. So you can see for this circle, your radius is 12. Now, how would I get the left part in order to find the center? So I'm going to do it the longer way so you see where it's coming from, and then I'm going to give you a little shortcut here as well. So here you've got x and x, because I got to multiply that to give me x squared. I also have to multiply my two last terms to give me 100, and I've got to be able to add them to give me 20. What does that? It's 10 and 10. Okay, and if you FOIL that, you would see that it gives you that x squared plus 20x plus 100. Doing the same thing for the y's. Well, actually, I'll show you this shortcut now. X plus 10 quantity squared is a shortcut. What you could do is, all you do is you take half of the middle, and it goes there. So if it was minus 20, that would be x minus 10 quantity squared. If I were to do that same thing for the y's, I could just cut to the chase. It's y plus half of the 16 is 8, y plus 8 quantity squared equals 144. Now remember, in the original model, it's x minus h quantity squared. So in other words, negative h equals 10. So h equals negative 10. So the coordinate of my center, remember, it's opposite what's with the x and opposite what's with the y. So it's negative 10, comma, negative 8. That's your center, and that's the answer to the question right here. Now, what's the shortcut that you really want to know? If you right off the bat, here's your b, take half of it, it's 10. Take the opposite, it's negative 10. What's half of my b? It's 8. If you take half of it and then take the opposite, it's negative 8. So then you can do the circle problem without doing all that work. Hope you enjoyed our video today. If you did, click like, share it with someone who has trouble with circle problems. If there's a question from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.